Okay, so here we're going to look at a example on Excel. And before we go over this weekend, I do want you to work on an assignment. It's going to be very similar to what we're doing, what we are about to do. Okay, so it's just going to be picking a company, a public company, and looking at the difference of data sets. Alright, so let me just show you what I mean by that. Alright, so this is the stock prices, okay, from 1995 to present, but this is monthly value, right? So here we have date, open price, high, low, close, and adjusted closing price. Okay, so since we're looking at the difference between the prices, so that these are the monthly prices, what we're going to do is we're going to subtract. We're going to take the difference. So G3 minus G2. So in this case, you get the difference between this month and the next value, right? Notice that here date, we're going back in time as you scroll down. Okay, so we're just going to copy and paste. So now we have all these values. Okay. And let's see, what we're trying to do is we're trying to see if there is a normality within these data. So especially for stocks and everything, we're looking at today's with the previous one, which in this case was 2nd May. Okay. So okay, and now we're going to see if there is a normal relationship between these values. Alright, so what we're going to do here is, first of all, let's just graph these. Alright, so let's just select the data, okay, and look at a line graph. Okay, so this graph shows the relationship between the previous value with the current monthly stock prices, right? And you see that it fluctuates, and we see that there is definitely something going on over here. And now we're going to see if these are all normal, right? So what we can do here, here we can create a bin range. So let's first of all, let's just find some stuff. So let's find mean, standard deviation, min and max. Okay, so mean is average, Okay, so standard deviation minimum and then maximum. Okay, so these are the values, and since we are trying to see if there is a normal relationship, we are going to make a histogram, right? And to do so, we need a bin range, and we see that minimum is from negative 6.74 to 6. So what we're going to do, let's do from negative 6.75 and can do negative 6. So these are 0.75 intervals until we reach 6. Okay. Right? So let's create a histogram. So data analysis histogram. Input range, bin range is here. New worksheet, we can do a histogram. Alright, so we see this, and now we're going to create a histogram based on this. Ooh. Alright, so alright. Okay, so now we see the histogram. And if you look at this data, this particular data set, right, it looks pretty symmetrical, and it looks like a bell curve to me. I mean, there is a gap between these two values, but in general, this is approximately normal. Okay, and again, we can do the same checking for the normality through what we did before, right? We call that QQ plot. And why don't we just work on that, right? Okay, so we're now going to check for the normality, right? So first of all, why don't we just copy down these values? These are the differences with interval of 1 month. So let me just copy this. Okay, there is something going on here. Just okay. All right, so these are the values here. Okay, these are the values, and what we want to do first, remember, we have to sort these values in an increasing order. So we're going to do that. Sort smallest to largest here, and then we're going to have the scales 0.5, 1.5, and then so on and so forth. Okay, and you just fill in the series. And now what we're going to do is we're going to divide this number by the number of observations. Okay, and we're going to lock these values because as we go down the list, the formula doesn't change except for this value, right? So do that. Then we're going to do this for everything, and then we do norms in, and then we choose C1. Okay, copy these down. Alright, so again, these are the data points, and then these are the z-scores. Okay, so we're going to select these two columns, and then we're going to run a regression. And before we do that, we're going to create a scatter plot. Okay, and again, what we want to see here is a straight linear line, and we do see some kind of straight line, right? It seems pretty linear to me. But let's just look at the numbers. So if you do that, go to data analysis, and then we're going to do regression. And for y range, we're going to select the z-scores. Okay, I don't know why it's not doing this. Okay, x range is these. Okay, and we want to see these are the regression. We want to see residuals. No, we don't want to see residuals, but we want to see residual plots. Okay, press OK, and this is what you get. Right? So, oh wow, so the correlation coefficient is 99%, 0.99. So this is very high. Then R-square, this is what we are really interested in, and it says 98%. So that's really high. Right? It gives you the intercept and the x variable, so we can get the line, slope of the line, and the intercept of the line. And if you look at residual plot, one thing to notice that it seems like there is a pattern, right? You see a linear, sort of like a linear pattern going up and down. At this point, we can't do anything about it, but we can comment on it when we're making a conclusion, saying that there seems to be a pattern going on, that something that represents that something has not been accounted for yet, right? So that's how you would run a regression, right? So for your I guess assignment, what I want you to do is I want you to pick a company that you like, pull out any stock prices. It can be daily or monthly, anything, right? It just has to be greater than 100 because we want to see more than 100 observations. But do that, and then you're going to do the same thing here. So first you're going to do you're going to create a histogram and see if it looks normal. If not, you can try to do some kind of operations, squaring or taking a square root, so on and so forth. So do that and then create a histogram just like this, and then comment on the shape center and spread. So center and spread would be mean and variance. The shape would be based on this histogram. And you're gonna check for normality. So you're going to create the QQ plot and run a regression. Right? So that's how you would do your homework, your assignment, and I'll see you at the Q&A session.